How's it going? We're the Enemy. We're going to be playing Trutap Battle for the Enemy gig at a university near you, hopefully near you. Yeah, just been on tour with the Stereophonics, which has been it's been class actually. It's been probably one of our favourite support tours. Doing all the other, we've done loads of bands. You know, I think that when you get to a stage, I think a lot of bands think it's uncool to support people, but I think it's definitely worthwhile doing, and we've had such a quality tour with the Phonics. When we finish that one, we've got a lot coming up. We've got a couple of gigs before the end of the year. We've got a university gig. Don't know which uni it's going to be yet, because they're all competing for the trutap thing. I think the bit that appeals to us about trutap and the way it works is that you've got access to loads of different ways of keeping in touch with people, and after the battle for us while we're on tour is keeping in touch with the fans. You used to do a gig and then you'd shoot back up the M6 in a transit van and get on MySpace and see what people made of it. Just being able to upload pictures, which we try and do as much as we can. Try and upload pictures, while we're away, so people can see what's going on. Supporting the Stones was amazing. It's just a totally sort of one-off experience, and you come off stage and you watch the Rolling Stones go on and start playing. You sort of standing there going, we've just supported the Rolling Stones.
How's the new album getting on?
New album's sort of shaping up quite nice, really. We've not recorded anything. We're going to be demoing a load of tracks over Christmas when everyone else is enjoying Christmas. Most of it's all on air. Most of it's just recorded onto that.
Yeah.
Just as we've been doing, like in sound checks and stuff. And yeah, if my phone gets robbed, we haven't got a second album. So. The only time we argue is when I'm really steaming and he's really steaming, and that's the last argument that I can remember us having was leaving Scholars, which is a club in Cov, and me being in the black cab with him, just on the way home, both of us just arguing about which one of us was more steaming. I think it was me.
Didn't you guys play in Enfield Prison recently?
We did go to prison.
What was that like?
It was interesting, and it was. I think it was probably one of the most rewarding gigs that we've done, to be honest with you. And you're not looking out to thousands of people going mad and singing your songs. Obviously you're playing to a room with maybe 100 or so people who, we've sent the album in, so they've heard the album, but obviously they're not going mad because then they'd be put in solitary. But yeah, it's just a weird feeling. I mean, the gig was brilliant, and the people we played to were really appreciative, and we were really sort of proud, and I think felt honoured that they'd let us in there, and that we were allowed to do the thing. The most weird sort of bit of it, the most weird feeling was leaving afterwards, because you'd sort of, as you're driving away, you're thinking, we're driving away and they're not.
Apparently Enemy have called you the next Oasis. Do you think you can live up to that title?
They did that a while ago. We don't sound like Oasis. From that one comment, the new Oasis, we've had so many journalists going, explain, you don't sound like Oasis, and sort of, no, we don't sound like Oasis. But I think what the Enemy were probably referring to at the time they said that was the promise that we showed, and the promise that we fully intend to deliver, and that's just essentially, if you look at Oasis and you've got the similarities are, we're both no-nonsense bands who can play, and we don't like shit music, and we don't like people who play shit music. There's your similarities.